Like, like today's gonna be the fucking day. Like, okay, so so let's okay, so let's go ahead and introduce uh to our loyal listeners, Miss Meghan.
Well, hey, um, gosh, um,
So
I,
my new right hand man.
I am the bitch of all trades for you.
Exactly, exactly. However, you're actually not new. You've been my editor and friend since what, seventh grade? So,
Yeah.
um, yeah,
Holy, oh
yep.
my God,
Long ass fucking time.
a very long time.
So, okay. So, what would you like? What would you like the bitch faces to know about you?
Um, Currently, I live in Appalachia. I'm no longer in our wonderful Central Florida where we grew up,
Mm-hmm,
but I'm married and
mm-hmm,
first of my family to have a college degree.
mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm really active in our local like county stuff. I've decided that I'm going to be a rebel rouser in my old age.
Mm-hmm.
So I've started fussing at county commissioners and stuff. So that's pretty fun. Um,
Right.
if there's anything that getting your rights taken away will do is get you active. Um, yeah.
And who is the representative of your district?
I have a treat for you. It is actually Marjorie Taylor Greene. Matter of fact, every day I drive by the same signs that have been up since her first campaign.
Oh,
Like people fucking love some Marjorie Taylor Greene around here.
listen, that bitch. Okay. Okay. First of all, if you are too dumb, if you're too dumb to understand the hatred that you're spewing, you should just sit the fuck down for a little bit. Like, at least DeSantis has a firm grip on who he's being a hateful dickhead against. Marjorie Taylor Greene, I think, just kind of pulls shit from like Fox News and then makes up the rest.
Yep, absolutely. She totally panders to her base, and she knows that her base is she's riding Trump's coattails. So she takes every move out of his playbook.
Mhm.
Um, I the more I hear her speak, the more I'm actually thinking that she's not stupid. I think she actually knows exactly what she's saying is completely false. I think that she is just 100% gaslighting because I refuse to believe that somebody went through the same shitty public school system that I did does not know that like 9/11 wasn't caused by like Jewish space lasers and
Right. Well,
all of her other shenanigans. Like
I
I can't even, I don't know.
yeah,
I have
I get
hatred in my
I
heart
get
for
where
her.
you're coming from. We want to believe that she is actually smarter than that. But I mean, I'm of the mindset that if you are kowtowing to these people, if you are, I mean, you're a woman in public office, first of all. Okay, you should be held to a much higher standard than any man, than any, you know, it took us so long to get here.
Yeah.
You and you're wasting it. You're wasting our time. You're wasting our vote. You're wasting everything.
Our
You're a
money.
waste. Yeah, you're a fucking waste.
You know,
And it is pathetic to me.
hmm at this point, I want a refund on her salary because she got
Uh-huh.
in there and all she did was run her mouth. She got
Uh-huh.
kicked off committees. She introduced nothing of any concern to our district. Like she's done
Hmm.
nothing for our district. She
Yeah.
just makes us all look ignorant. And I
Yes.
hate that.
Yes, she does. It's and I think of the the neighbor that you have that calls you and Angie friends.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And I just wonder, like I know that you still have uh those people up there. And of
Hmm.
course with their leader being, that dumb bitch, you know what I'm saying? But it it just drives me crazy to no end, and I mean, what I told you about it,
Hmm.
like I can't imagine in this day and age, I mean, I know that I'm going to be raising hell when I'm 60, 70, God, granted that I make it that long, and that some crazy Egyptian man does not leave my tits on the table. Right. But, if I do make it that long, I cannot see me. And I know what their whole act is. It's the whole being Southern with grace thing, you know. Um, well, that's your friend, but
Hmm.
honey, this is not that time anymore. You
Mm-mm.
know, this that time has been gone for a long ass time,
Yes.
but not if we listen to DeSantis, you know. Here in the
Uh,
state of Florida, yeah, we are only going to be the gender that we were at birth. We are not going to, and I mean, you know, I guess with me having been as LGBTQ friendly as I've been for so long, and then obviously, with you and Angie being married, you
mhm.
know, I look at it like, this is, to me, this battle has already been fought, won, put away, sent to the dry cleaners. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And how are we doing this again? How are we how are we back in those days?
Yeah. Why are we still protesting the same shit that our grandmothers protested?
I don't understand it. I don't understand why we're fighting the same fights. I don't understand, how did we go back 40 fucking years in a span of 6 months?
I don't know. Like every day I kind of wake up and go, what the fuck? What is happening?
Yeah.
Let me scroll through my news feed and let me see what other travesty or
Uh-huh.
right is being taken away. Like, what kind of shenanigans are happening this morning? So I can just
Absolutely.
kind of be prepared. Do I need to pack this morning? Do I need do I need to grab my do I need to grab my wife and dog and like haul ass to Canada? Like, what do I need to be
Exactly.
doing this morning?
Exactly. And I'm sitting here just shaking my fucking head like, so.
Yeah, I actually ran into I don't know if they know this about you or well, I guess they really don't know it about me, but one of our former cheer teammates, I actually was down my sister is a stylist and I
Uh-huh.
was down in Winter Haven and I was getting my hair done because I just really try to get my hair done once a year when I go down there because
Uh-huh.
I don't trust
Uh-huh.
anybody to deal with my curly hair. They want to frost it with a cap up here, and I can't do it. I'm
And
not that
Lindsay's
girly.
got you.
Yeah, my
So,
sister's got me. Yeah,
yeah.
and one of our old teammates was in there, and I said hello, and they ignored me.
If you say ginger, I'm gonna throw something.
No,
Who?
Margaret.
Oh, Lord have mercy. She's, you know what? Listen. She's just still mad because her sister is the pretty one and her face looks like that. I mean, I would be mad too.
I mean, I,
Oh,
I keep
Jesus.
up with them and I'm nice on Facebook, but when you're young and you're super tight with a bunch of people and
Uh-huh.
then you realize like, oh, we're not super nice to you behind your back,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
there's still that kind of and they're that way as an adult.
Yeah. It's a horrible look. It
Yeah.
really is. And a lot of them, like like I said, I've run into Ginger. She came into fire. when I was bartending and whatever. And listen, if looks could kill, baby, I would have been dead and buried. And I was just smiling so hard, because they're still the same. I mean, the only thing that she's ever done is have kids, and that's it. You know what I mean? And be on the junior league. And I've always had bigger dreams than that, as have you,
Yeah.
and I don't ever want to be that. That's not something that I have ever aspired to. And, I want to feel bad for them, but I can't, because at their core, they're horrible people, you
Yeah.
know? So, I mean, that's how I feel about that, but yeah, that's wild. Um, so, okay, so let's talk about Ron DeSantis.
I truly believe he is why Florida is hotter than hell, because he is the devil.
Yeah, well, he's
I'm
for
just,
sure at least a demon.
yeah.
He from the seventh circle, got to be. I mean, Dante wrote about this motherfucker
Mm-hmm.
clearly. Um, so uh, I guess here in Florida now, you are born one gender, you stay one gender. You do not discuss basically anything that isn't in your handy dandy Saint Saint James. You you may as well just go on and eat a bag of dicks, basically, is what he's telling you, because we don't believe in trans in this state any longer. We don't believe in gender fluidity. We don't tolerate any of that. And if you're not down with the one man, one woman philosophy, you can go and fuck yourself. How he's thinking he's going to get away with that when the largest homosexual population in the entire US outside of San Francisco is fucking St. Pete, you know?
Mm-hmm. Which,
Um,
and you've got three heavy hitters. You've got St. Pete and, slash Tampa.
Key
You've got
West,
Orlando and Miami.
yeah, Key West,
Key West,
that's, I
Lauderdale.
mean, Lord have mercy. So I
It's a
don't
whole
know.
gay state. Like the state is literally shaped like a dick.
Honey,
It's so gay.
I'm the only heterosexual left in the goddamn state of Florida, okay? Like, which really explains my dating history. However, it, it's when he picked the fight with Disney, I really thought to myself, okay, this is going to turn the tide for him, but he has picked up so much steam that it's terrifying. It's fucking terrifying. We, I really think um, that if he decides to step out of Florida and throw his hat into a different arena, as much as it pains me to say this, I think he actually has a chance. Um, and that is petrifying.
Yeah, I don't think that this is going to be his year. I think he might try to run.
Hmm.
Um, I think that Trump's going to be under so much legal tape that he's not going to be able to run. But
Right.
so I think the GOP is going to have to pick another person. But I don't think it's going to be DeSantis. I don't think he's. I mean, even politically speaking, I don't think he's ready. I think he's made some big splashes, and honestly, if I didn't hate his politics, they're pretty smart. Like
Yeah.
he runs a really smart campaign. He's really thorough. Somehow, some way, he has endeared himself to a base. Like as a politician, effective, but I don't think he's ready yet. I don't think he's made enough of a national splash to get the electoral votes that he needs to win it. I really
I
don't.
hope not. I hope not, because I feel like if he is successful in actually becoming their new great white hype, we're in fucking trouble.
Mm-hmm.
His politics are they're Trump Jr.
Yeah.
And
And
he,
who's behind all this? Like,
uh, I think we all know who.
and
Um,
I,
Go
uh,
ahead.
I don't think that even Trump is smart enough to play this game. I don't think it's all Trump. I think there's somebody behind all that. I would love to
Well,
know who the puppet master is one day. We may
I
never know,
mean,
but
it could be the Grand Wizard of the KKK for their fucking politics. You know what I mean? Um,
yeah.
it it's it, it it's honestly, it's disturbing. It's fucking disturbing because if you look at, here's where they're based. Okay, all of those anti-vax, um, you know, the 3.7 children minivan driving Karens, um, who, they all have husbands who make upward of 200,000 a year. The only reason that they leave the house is to go to their fucking play groups. um this is their fucking, their bread and butter. This is their honestly, I swear to God, if you have a upper middle class subdivision in the state of Florida that does not support DeSantis, I'll eat a bag of fucking dicks twice.
Mm.
Okay. And you know how I feel about that. Like, I really don't want to even eat the first time. But this is
It's
their
a means to an end.
damn right. This is this is their constituency. This is who they're pandering to. This is what they believe is middle America today. And I don't know, I don't really fucking know how that got to be middle America. Um, how did how did the anti-vaccine fucking Karen become middle America? Megan, how did that happen?
I don't know. I don't the same reason why I don't know why like blue collar workers and farmers back a billionaire.
I don't
Why they
either.
think that a billionaire,
Gives a fuck about them.
yeah, he would,
It's
yeah, like the people who clean Trump's toilet makes more money than they do. So why
exactly.
is it that he's going to suddenly be their savior? He's never worked a day in his life.
And refuses to.
Yeah.
And none of his children will ever work a fucking day in their life.
No.
It's they are infamous for skirting the fucking system. I mean, way back in the 70s, these motherfuckers had lawsuits on them for refusing to rent to black people. And
Yeah.
let me tell you something. The very first time I saw a black person with a support fucking Trump, oh my Jesus, I damn near lost my fucking mind. You know, you can't fucking tell me that this man has anything in common with you. He's not the common man. He is a
Mm-mm.
fucking shyster,
He's
you
a
know?
grifter and he's not going to look after your best interests. Like
Of course not.
he is wanting to get to the presidency to get to a certain social class.
Absolutely.
He is
Absolutely.
not there for America. He's not there for change. He's not
Right.
there to help you get to work, help you find a better job, make
No.
your kids smarter,
Nope.
make sure that hospitals stop closing down so you can get
Mhm.
real medical care. Like he's not there for that. He's there
No.
to support his own interests.
That's right. That's right. And I would be, um, I would be remiss if I didn't say that DeSantis has the very same set of hopes and aspirations for the people of this country, and it's disgusting.
Yes.
Um, However, before I get another cease and desist, I guess we should move on from fucking DeSantis. I guarantee you I'll have a letter in the fucking mail before too long. So,
Maybe we'll get one from Marjorie's team.
hey, listen, I can only hope, okay?
I'll frame that. I'll frame
Fuck
that
you.
and like display it proudly in my home.
As you should, darling, as you should. So moving right along, um, what else was on the agenda? I know that we wanted to hit those high notes, and I say that so fucking sarcastic. My eyes so hard I can see the back of my fucking brain right now. Um, however, um, we're hitting the 30-minute mark, so I did want to say thank you for
Absolutely.
agreeing to be my right hand man, and for everything else that you do to support Ask a Bitch Face. Your editing and your knowledge and your everything else is always greatly appreciated. So is there any final thought that you would like to add?
Just if you have not signed up to vote, please go and register to vote. Your vote matters and it counts, especially on the local level. Like, those are the people who are going to affect your life on a day-to-day basis sooner than even the federal
Right.
elections. So please get involved. Go to your county commissioner meetings. And if you don't want a gay marriage or an abortion, don't get one.
Right, exactly. Yep. If it doesn't apply to what's going on in your home, treat it the way that Ms. Meghan treats, other people's sexual lives, which is, if it's not in my fucking bedroom, it doesn't concern me. So don't drop it in my inbox like I want to know about it. If
Exactly.
you, if you aren't down with someone else's lifestyle, here's the great fucking thing. You don't have to subscribe. You can shut your front door, sit the fuck down and shut your mouth, and everybody can fucking get along.
Yep.
Okay? It's that simple. I mean, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I don't want anybody, in a furry fucking costume in my bedroom. But who am I to tell these fucking furries they can't hump one another's leg? That's not my fucking place. If you want to be a squirrel humping a fucking, whatever what are they doing, llamas and all that shit? If you want to be that bitch, that's your business. But just keep it in your lane. Don't put
Yeah.
it in my lane. I'm not gonna put my shit in your lane, and everybody's gonna be happy. You
Right.
know. Mhm.
This whole country could use like a hard lesson on mind your damn business.
Exactly. Stay in your motherfucking lane. Y'all too fucking nosy with it. All
Ooh,
right.
I'm about to roll around in the front yard fighting somebody with a titty out. I'm so mad.
Of course you are. Of course you are. Well, I tell you what, pop a titty out for me.
Will do.
All right, girl. I'll holler at you. I greatly appreciate you, and we'll we'll talk again soon.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on. Bye.
All right. All right.